A fighting 100 from Nick Compton, his first since his return to Middlesex, and a 75-run last-wicket stand saw the visitors to the Ageas Bowl fight back strongly against Hampshire in an LV County Championship match that now appears to be heading towards a draw. Middlesex began the penultimate morning on 102 for 3, 311 runs behind their hosts and needed to get to a total of 264 to avoid the follow-on. 5 overs into the day and they lost their captain James Franklin, who was LBW to Fidel Edwards for 8. That left it to Compton to keep his side's head above water. He'd already batted through 22 overs on the previous evening to start out again on this day on 32, and he kept on working very hard against a well-disciplined Hampshire attack, which included the 18-year-old debutant Bradley Wheel. Compton did really well to get to a 50 off 80 balls. He'd made most of his runs in boundaries, striking 10 of them. It was the former England man's third half century from 9 championship innings since his return to London from Somerset. His table-topping side needed him some more when he lost Neil Dexter at the other end, leg before to his former teammate Gareth Berg for 14. That left Middlesex in some trouble on 152 for 5, but John Simpson then came in to join Compton and they added 26 more before lunch. Wheel becoming a little expensive as he found the second day of his first-class career a bit tougher than his first. The afternoon session was a real battle. Simpson did strike a 6 off Liam Dawson, but that was a very rare moment of aggression. The left-hander was out for 36 after adding 59 with Compton, driving Sean Irvine into the hands of Michael Carberry in the covers. So Middlesex still needed to find another 53 runs to avoid the follow-on, and Compton made sure that they were going to be found. He is a man who takes his cricket very seriously, as you would expect. He defended manfully when he needed to, but he also put the bad ball away with skill too, as he neared what would become the 23rd 100 of his first-class career, and his first for this county since making 178 against Derbyshire back in 2009. His ton duly arrived before tea off 209 balls as he hit Edwards for 2 fours in the space of 4 deliveries to take his tally of boundaries in his 100 to 17. He'd been the bright light in a session which brought Middlesex 80 runs in 36 overs. This was cricket for the connoisseur, with an old-fashioned type of batsman excelling. In the end, it was the left-arm spin of Dawson which did for Compton after he'd batted for 6 hours for his 117, the LBW dismissal surprising many, including the batsman who hadn't missed much. Edwards then bounced out James Harris, James Vince with the catch. And when Ollie Rayner's knock was ended on 29 as he gave Edwards his 4th wicket with a nick behind, Middlesex were on 287 for 9 and still 126 runs adrift. That would have been a very handy lead, but there is now something about this Middlesex side, one which never wants to lie down. Toby Rowland-Jones showed last season that he knew what a bat was, hitting 350s with some big hitting included, and this knock was built in a similar vein. If he could free his arms, he went to hit the ball as hard as he could. This was the pick of his many shots, a huge 6 off Dawson, who can't have expected to be back in the attack after Rayner was dismissed. Rowland-Jones wasn't done yet either, the 5th 50 of his first-class career coming off only 48 balls, with 7 fours and that 6 included within. What should have been a big lead for the home side was quickly being withered away. Stephen Finn played a part in that too. He may not have played the shots of his partner, but he still scored 18 of the last wicket stand of 75. It was ended when Rowland-Jones on 61 top-edged a hook off Irvine to give Wheel something to remember at fine leg, his first catch in the first-class game. Middlesex, though, had recovered to 362 all out. That left them only 51 runs behind on first innings, and 4 more were added to that before rain took the players off for one last time. A draw is now the favourite, but the visitors know that some early wickets on the last morning could quickly alter that equation.